Taurus, I sort of want to delve a little bit deeper into the relationship and really anything we can learn about it. So it will be 3 cards. Please remember this is a general read, but let's have a look and see, nonetheless, with the Rider-Waite deck, what's coming in around this relationship, Taurus. Okay, there's definitely a lot of lessons coming in, okay? Let's start off with the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is an air card, and it can definitely refer to some sort of change or transformation, or an old way of life dying. This is why I often associate new beginnings and things of that nature here. Look, these new beginnings aren't easy, okay, Taurus? As we see them, he's stabbed in the back. The 10 of Swords can also indicate betrayal. Now, I don't know if this relationship for some of you is going to form on a betrayal to someone else, okay? For example, you might be coupled up, you meet someone else, you meet this person, you fall for them. Maybe you have an affair, maybe you don't go to that extent. Maybe you start to have feelings for them, and in some way you feel like guilt or betrayal. It could also be, because the cards are centering more around this relationship, it could be that this relationship forms from betrayal, or there might be some sort of betrayal in this connection somehow. It's more to do with words, though. Air is words, so it's either betraying and telling secrets, not being honest. It's not really deception, though, like the 7 of Swords would be, but it can be some sort of betrayal, or it can be words that are hurtful, okay, spiteful words run deep. So you might have to, I guess, watch how you communicate with this person if this is you, or maybe this person has or will have a habit of lashing out, saying things in the heat of the moment, not really knowing how to, I guess, emotionally respond to certain situations. So there might be a few complexities. But look, it's not all bad, because we see the darkness lifting and then the light comes in. So it's transformational, which indicates that this person's, if this is a person's habits, I suppose, they can improve, or if this is yours, they can improve. There's always room for growth with the 10, because the 10 essentially comes down to the 1, which is a new beginning, a new start, or opting for something new. So it's not all bad, okay? It's definitely not all bad. Look, there could be some emotional dramas or things like that in this relationship. I definitely feel with the water cards that came up and the fact that we have the 5 of Cups here as well, it could definitely indicate that there is a lot of things that that might come to a dramatic height or a dramatic climax in this relationship. It might not go how you want it to go, Taurus, okay? There might be certain things about this person, about your connection, about how the connection develops. There might be something here that you will emotionally dwell on that may not go how you want it to go. The fact that the two cups sit behind here and the 2 of Wands have come up can definitely indicate that you have 2 attempts at this relationship, or multiple attempts at this relationship. That maybe when you come together the first time, things might not work out, maybe because of timing, because of differences in wants, needs, desires. Maybe it's the right person at the wrong time for some of you, okay? And it could definitely indicate that you might be a bit back and forth in this relationship. You might break up and then reunite later in life even. That's certainly a possibility. The 2 cups here can definitely point to a twin flame union, absolutely. But look, there could be addictions in this relationship. I don't know if it's addictions towards each other, if it's addictions or overindulgences with other substances. But it could be something that impacts your relationship on a very highly emotional level. It's not all bad. I feel like for some of you, this person might come into your life and you're either not over an ex, or they're still dwelling on an ex. They're dwelling on loss somehow, or if this is not them, this is you, it's almost like one of you isn't fully healed from a different relationship, and that might change things, because the Three of Cups here can be a third party situation. We have betrayal, we have options. So for some of you that could be the case. There could be that third party dynamic, because there's still emotional attachment to someone else, okay? Or it's someone who's still healing from something. And look, maybe they're not healing from an ex. Maybe they're healing or recovering from a health scare. Maybe they're healing from a loss. Maybe they've had someone who's dearly departed. So, I mean, it could be a lot of things coming up here, Taurus, but you might have to deal with someone, you know, there could be times of depression in this relationship, or sadness in some way. But look, you also have adventure and excitement in this relationship. You have the Two of Wands. It could be a long distance thing, or you might end up being long distance for a period of time in this connection, whether briefly or for extended periods. The Two of Wands can indicate adventure and lust and passion. It can indicate a lot of options or trying things. Again, it's non-conformist or it's unconventional, because he leaves the safe confines of his castle walls here. So it's daring, it's exciting, it's thrill-seeking, a lot of experimentation, I feel, whether this is sexual, whether this is emotional, whether this is just mental. I can't really pinpoint it, but there's things that you'll do that are different with this person. There really is. You hold the world in your hands here, so I feel like this kind of relationship is going to be a little bit different, in a sense where you'll have the luxury to create this relationship how you see fit. There could be a lot of open-mindedness, there could be a lot of experimentation, there could be a lot of things that most people wouldn't understand what you share with this person. Most people will be like, oh, well, you're doing this, or how is that working out for you? Or, well, that's not a relationship, that doesn't constitute a relationship. So you're definitely doing things that are different. And it could add a lot of spontaneity into this connection, absolutely. But the two can be indecisiveness, or it can be a little bit of back and forth. You know, in one way, yes, he is safe inside the confines of his castle wall. So I'm wondering how safe you're going to be making each other feel, or protected, maybe, absolutely. You know, the mighty fortress is here. So I do feel like this can definitely symbolize strong foundations. So if you lay down those foundations of trust and understanding and appreciation and reciprocity, if you're laying those solid, strong foundations from the beginning, I feel like you'll be able to stand the test of time and overcome any obstacles that come in your way, whether it is anything I've mentioned in the previous two cards here. So it comes with a certain confidence that if you are able to build those foundations, Taurus, I definitely feel like you could have something long-term here. But I do feel like there could be multiple attempts at this relationship, and I wouldn't be completely surprised if you did separate for a time or another, only to come back to each other, only to feel that loss, feel that pain, come out of that darkness, and then the sun will shine again. You'll be able to build a bridge and move on to the next phase of your connection. So, and it could even indicate that the second attempt is the one that is destined to succeed, or is destined to be more enriching. But I'm definitely feeling like there's karmic lessons to be learnt in this connection, in this relationship. I think that's why it's coming in around you. I will leave your reading at that though, Taurus, so thank you again for tuning in.